Have you ever wondered why the South China Sea keeps appearing in global headlines? Why this vast body of water, full of islands and rocks, is causing so much tension between countries like China and Vietnam? This isn't just a dispute about water or fish. It's about history, sovereignty, power, and control over one of the world's most strategic regions. So who truly owns the South China Sea? China or Vietnam? Let's dive into the story behind one of the most complex territorial disputes in modern times. To understand the heart of the issue, we need to look at geography first. The South China Sea stretches across 3.5 million square kilometers, connecting major economies like China, Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, and beyond. It's not just a massive waterway. It's home to critical shipping routes that carry 1/3 of global trade. It also holds rich fishing grounds and potentially vast oil and gas reserves beneath its seabed. In other words, whoever controls this sea holds major economic and strategic power. Now, let's look at the claims. China argues that it has historical rights over most of the South China Sea, shown by its so-called 9-dash line. This line, drawn on a map after World War II, covers almost 90% of the sea. China claims that ancient Chinese fishermen and naval expeditions used and governed the area centuries ago. However, the line isn't based on clear international law, and in 2016, the Permanent Court of Arbitration in The Hague ruled that China's claims had no legal basis under the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS. Vietnam, on the other hand, also has strong historical and legal claims, especially to the Paracel and Spratly Islands. Vietnamese records show clear evidence of continuous administration and activity on these islands, dating back to the 17th century. After colonial rule by the French and later conflict with the U.S., Vietnam reaffirmed its sovereignty in various legal documents and diplomatic notes. Under UNCLOS, Vietnam also has an exclusive economic zone, or EEZ, extending 200 nautical miles from its coast, which overlaps with parts of the area claimed by China. But history and law aren't the only factors here. Power plays a major role. China has used its growing military and economic strength to build artificial islands, install airstrips, and deploy coast guards and naval vessels across disputed waters. Meanwhile, Vietnam, though smaller in size and capability, continues to protest diplomatically and strengthen ties with global powers like the United States, Japan, and India in hopes of balancing China's dominance. This isn't just a two-country issue either. The South China Sea is a hot zone involving multiple nations with overlapping claims, as well as international concern over freedom of navigation. It's a classic case where legal principles clash with real-world power dynamics. So even though many legal scholars argue that Vietnam's claim is stronger under international law, China's physical presence in the region is hard to ignore. So, who owns the South China Sea? The truth is, it's not a simple black and white answer. Legally, Vietnam has a strong case. Historically, both nations can present arguments, but in reality, power and presence often shape outcomes more than papers and court rulings. The world is watching, and the future of this sea may depend on diplomacy, cooperation, or unfortunately, conflict. If you found this video insightful, make sure to hit that subscribe button and follow our channel for more deep dives into complex global issues. Don't just watch. Be part of the conversation. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Who do you think has the stronger claim, China or Vietnam? See you in the next video.